Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru. I want to talk today about something we call chemicalizing your communication. Because most people's communication, honestly, it's boring. It's boring at best. And it's not your fault that it's boring. It's just simply how we are hardwired. You know, we talk all the time around our cortex brain, limbic brain. And when I share with you here this limbic brain advantage, one of the big things that we talk about and that we want to get right is about how do we chemicalize our communication. So we have this little thing called the brain chemical toolbox, because every time you go to communicate, it's about how do you strategically influence the other person. Yes, strategically influence. You don't leave it to luck. You don't leave it to, oh, I hope something happens. It's about thinking about what sort of language do I need to use to be able to chemicalize that communication. So I want to be able to share this with you, because to me, we sort of break it down into three things, okay? This first box is about your communication, right? So you've got in this first box, your communication. So that might be where you need to send something as an email, or maybe as a text, or maybe it's some sort of social message. Maybe it's some piece of content that you're going to be able to put up. Like anything that is focusing with you communicating something else is obviously the starting point. So the last box is your outcome. What is the outcome that you want this to achieve? Right? So when we've got those two pieces, obviously the middle piece we put as, well, how are you going to influence that outcome? And for a lot of people, when they think about their communication, they don't think about that. The problems tend to be, it's too logical, or how do I make something valuable? And they're not bad things, but they don't help influence the outcome that you want the other person to be able to do. Okay? So a couple of little things to be able to think about when doing this. I want you to think about, are you a dear? Are you a hi? Are you a hey? Are you just a first name? Are you no name type of person? Do you always finish off with a regards, a kind regards, sincerely, talk soon, have a great day? Little things can make a big difference when you start consciously thinking about one factor. See, with all of your communication, there is only one thing that you are constantly trying to achieve. And this influence part comes down to, what brain chemical do you want to take place? Because it's the brain chemical which allows the outcome to happen. So if you need someone to feel a particular way, then obviously your communication needs to evoke that brain chemical. If you're trying to annoy someone, then you better make sure your communication evokes that brain chemical. If you want someone to feel positive and energetic and uplifted, you better make sure your communication evokes that brain chemical. See, we just don't consciously think enough about how can we evoke brain chemicals to be able to influence the outcome that we want. So why is generally that case? Why don't we do that? Well, the simple fact is, we're given a cortex brain to help us survive. So therefore, you have to be logical, you have to be analytical, you have to be rational. And we fall into these habits of just talking the same way, the same sort of emails, the same sort of messages, and we get used to using the same sort of patterns with our language. Well, the only problem with doing that is you're not consciously, strategically influencing the person and the outcome that you want. Now, it doesn't take much to be able to change them. In fact, you could probably look at a piece of your communication right now and just go, I could change that and that and that, by simply focusing what is a brain chemical that you want to be able to create. So whether it's websites, whether it's landing pages, whether it's for workshops, on flyers, on business cards, on email signatures, on voicemail messages, like anything which has to do with you communicating across can be so much more powerful than what it is right now, guaranteed. So I'm going to simply do this. If you'd like me to have a look at a piece of yours, a piece of communication, it might be a template you use. It might be a follow-up. It might be a reminder. It might be a message that you send someone who's attended something of yours. Whatever the communication is, hey, shoot it through to me. And I'm more than happy to have a look. So depending on where you're watching this, you could either message it to me on my socials. You could send it to me via email, support@michaelgriffiths.com.au. But I'm more than happy to have a look and give you some ideas on how you can chemicalize your communication. Honestly, within that limbic advantage, the overall system of being able to limbic your business from top to bottom, to be able to make sure that you're activating extraordinary moments, you're increasing client retention, increasing client referral opportunities, increasing client loyalty. There are 9 key projects, and chemicalizing communication is a big part of making sure that you are limbicing and consciously and strategically evoking brain chemicals in the people that are around you. Hey, hopefully it's been super helpful. Make sure that you give us some love if you liked it, ask questions if you're not sure of something. If you want feedback on chemicalizing some of your communication, shoot it through. More than happy to do so. And I'll talk to you real soon. Take care all.